this is Tanya. Welcome to Tanya Tina's Maths. I would be teaching CBSE Class 10 Maths, and this is my sister Tina Lopez. I teach 8th Maths. Alright, now let's jump into the video. Chapter 13 Surface Areas and Volumes, Exercise 13.1 6th question. Alright, now let's read the question. A medicine capsule is in the shape of a cylinder with two hemispheres stuck to each other of its ends. The length of the entire capsule is 14 mm and the diameter of the capsule is 5 mm. Find its surface area. Okay, so first of all, I would like to show the medicine capsule. So now you can see, right, so from here to here it is in cylinder shape, am I right? So you can see from here to here it is in cylinder shape and we have two edges that is in the shape of hemisphere. So I can say there are two edges which is in the shape of hemisphere. Okay, so how many hemispheres are there? So there are two hemispheres which is stuck to the cylinder. So this is the cylinder. Okay, alright, so hemisphere is in the shape of like this. It looks something like this. Okay, so this is the shape of a hemisphere. Okay, so this is the length. So length of the capsule is 14 mm and diameter, it is in the hemisphere. Okay, so we'll talk about it later. Okay, so now let us draw a rough figure. Alright guys, so now let us draw that capsule. Okay, so I'm going to be drawing the capsule right now. So this is the rough figure of the capsule. Okay, so now we can see this is the capsule's cylinder and these are the two hemispheres. So what is the length of the capsule? So length means this is the length. Okay, the complete this one we call it as length. Of course you guys know, right? Okay, so this is the length of the capsule, that is 14 mm. Okay, so of course you guys know we have hemisphere. So hemisphere has a diameter that is 5, right? So 5 mm. So diameter. So diameter is 5. So since you guys know the diameter, it is 5 mm. So everything is in millimeters. So no need to change the dimensions. Okay, alright. So now the diameter is 5 mm means how to find the radius? Half of diameter. So 5 by 2. So 5 by 2. When we just divide 5 by 2, so we get 2.5 mm. Okay, so this is what we get for radius. Okay, so now since you guys know hemispheres, they usually have diameter, radius, and of course it used to have pi as well. Am I right? So hemisphere, it doesn't have a height. So since you guys know, so now I just draw a line like this. So what will be the value for this line? The value will be 2.5. Am I right? The value will be 2.5 mm. Why? Why? Because this, so here we have the radius. So here the radius is 2.5 mm. Then this will be also 2.5 mm. Okay, don't just think that this is the height of hemisphere. No guys, you are wrong. So why? Because in hemisphere we don't have a height. So please don't get confused. Okay, so here also this is a radius. Then here also if the radius is 2.5, then here also it will be 2.5. Okay, why am I writing it separately? Why? Because I have two hemispheres. So for what purpose I am finding these two lines right over here? That's because to find the height of the cylinder. Okay, so now I am going to be finding the height of the cylinder. So you guys might be wondering for what purpose I am going to find height of the cylinder. Why? Because when we just apply the formula, we need the height, right? Just because of that only I am going to be applying I need height of the cylinder's value. Okay, so to find the height, so according to the question, they didn't just mention even a single information about the height of the cylinder. So what are we supposed to do now? So the only information here we have is this 2.5 and this 14 mm. Here also we have 2.5, here also we have 2.5. Now what to do guys? So now what I am going to do is, so I have 2.5 here and here also I have 2.5, right? So now I am going to be adding the 2.5 plus 2.5. Okay, so when I just add 2.5 plus 2.5, I get 5. Am I right? So here also millimeter, so here also millimeter, so here also a millimeter. Okay, so I get 5 millimeter when I just add them. Okay, so now I have another one value, that is 14 millimeter. That is the length of the complete capsule. Okay, so now what I am going to do is, if I subtract 14 and 5, then I will be able to get the height. Am I right? So now if I subtract 14 and 5, I get 9. Am I right? So 9 millimeter. Okay, so this is how we are supposed to find the height of the cylinder. Okay, okay guys, so remember, if you don't just have any clue or something in the question, please just draw the figure and try to abstract the height value. Okay, so most of the time we are supposed to abstract the height value. Okay, so because they won't just mention the height of the cylinder or something, height of something else, other figures as well, we have the height term, right? So in cone also we have slant height and another one height. So they won't just mention those things directly in the question, so we are supposed to abstract it. So we are supposed to compare it like this. Okay, so remember, when we have values like this and a complete value like this, first we are supposed to add these two values, that is 2.5 and 2.5. I get 5 millimeter, and then now I am supposed to subtract 14 and that 5. Okay, how did I get this 5? By adding these two. Am I right? So when I just add these, I got 5. So now I am supposed to subtract 14 and 5. So when I just subtract it, I get 9 millimeter. Okay, so this is the height of the cylinder. Okay, all right. So now I hope you guys know how to find it. So I'll write it here. Okay, height of the cylinder. Okay guys, so since we got the height now, let us write it here. Okay, so here the height is 9 millimeter. Okay, so okay guys, so now we have the radius, that is 2.5, and we have the height, that is 9 millimeter. Okay, so one more thing I would like to say is, radius, you can just write 5 by 2, otherwise 2.5. It is your wish. Okay, so which one is easy, you can just use that value. Okay, so because when we just divide 5 and 2, we get 2.5. Am I right? So both are same only. Okay, so you can rather use this one, otherwise this one. Okay, so now I am going to be using this one, then only it will be easy to cancel it. Okay, okay guys, so now I am going to now I have the radius value and height value. Am I right? So radius you can rather use 5 by 2, otherwise 2.5. Okay, alright guys, so now I am going to be using 5 by 2 because that is really easy to solve it, and you can save your time as well. Okay, so that's why I am going to be using 5 by 2. Okay, so the radius I can use 5 by 2, otherwise 2.5. I am going to be using 5 by 2 right now. Alright, so now let us understand the question. Okay, so according to the shape, so according to this figure, we have a cylinder. So we have a cylinder and hemisphere. Okay, so I have a cylinder and the hemisphere. Okay, so now the question is, am I supposed to use total surface area or curved surface area? So that is the question. Am I right? So here, so how to find whether we are supposed to use total surface area or curved surface area? So when we just paint it, am I right? So why am I painting it? Then only I will be able to find it. So now let us paint this figure. So if I want to paint this capsule, I will just paint it like this. Okay, so I will be just able to paint it like this. Why? Because I don't have any gap or something to paint it inside. Am I right? So the only thing I will be able to paint is the outside part. Okay, so now since I am able to paint only the outside part, so here I am able to paint only the curved part of the complete capsule. So I am going to be using curved surface area of cylinder and curved surface area of two hemispheres. Okay, so here you can see the capsule. So if I just tell you guys to paint it, what will you do? You will just paint the complete capsule like this, right? So I am going to be using curved surface area of cylinder as well as the hemispheres. Okay, so how many hemispheres are there? So there are 2 hemispheres. So I am going to be writing curved surface area of 2 hemispheres. Okay, all right. So since you guys know I am supposed to find the surface area, am I right? So what am I supposed to find? Find its surface area. What is that its in this question? The capsule, am I right? So I am supposed to find the surface area of the capsule. So now let us write that. So let us write surface area of capsule. Okay, so I am supposed to find surface area of capsule. Okay, so so since you guys know, when we just looked at the capsule, so here I just found out that I am able to paint only the outside part, am I right? So I am able to paint only the outside part. So I am going to be using curved surface area of cylinder. We have only one cylinder, so we can write curved surface area of cylinder and curved surface area of 2 hemispheres. Okay, so we have 2 hemispheres in the edge, so I am going to be using curved surface area of 2 hemispheres. Okay, all right. Okay, so curved surface area of cylinder plus curved surface area of 2 hemispheres. Okay, so this 2 is really important. Okay, because we won't get any answer without this 2 hemispheres. If you don't just write 2 hemispheres, no, our answer is going to be wrong. Okay, so we are supposed to write what is there in the figure. Okay, so according to the capsule we had 2 hemispheres, that's why I just wrote it. Okay, so now we are supposed to apply the formula. So what is the curved surface area of cylinder? So the curved surface area of cylinder is 2 pi r h. Okay, so now since I have 2 here, so 2 hemispheres, so I am going to be writing 2 at first, and in bracket I am going to be writing the formula. So what is the formula? So the formula is 2 pi r square. Okay, so curved surface area of hemisphere is 2 pi r square. Since we have 2 hemispheres, I just wrote 2 here. Okay, so can we actually solve it? Yeah, first let us write it as it is, that is 2 pi r h plus 2 into 2 is 4, and we can write the rest of the things as it is. So now we can just take it as common, am I right? So let us take it as common. So here we have 2 and here we have 4, am I right? So so 2 2s are 4, am I right? So we have 2, so for example, so I will just write it here. So 2 into 2 is 4. Okay, so I can just take 1 2 as common. So likewise let me just take 1 2 as common, and then I can take pi as common. Why? Because in both the sides we have pi, and radius, so in both the cases, in cylinder as well as hemisphere, the radius is 2.5, am I right? So otherwise we can just write 5 by 2. I just told you guys, right? So I am going to be using 5 by 2. Why? Because it is really easy to cancel it, and if you want to try it with 2.5 also, no problem. Okay, so alright, so since we have the same radius, so here I have one radius, here I have 2 radius, since it is r square. So I am going to be taking 1 radius as common. Okay, and then h we don't have in both the sides, so I can put the bracket and I can write h plus, so here I wrote 2 into 2, right? 2 into 2, no, in that I took 1 2 as common, so one more 2 is left out. I wrote the 2 as it is, and here I took 1 r as common, one more r is there, so I just wrote it as it is. So now we can substitute the values, am I right? So here we have r value, so h value. So here you can see, this is what I was talking about, am I right? In cylinder we have height, so that is in case of curved surface area of cylinder, no, of course we have h, am I right? So just because we didn't have h value only, we just found that. Okay, so I already knew that we are going to be using curved surface areas. By looking at the capsule itself, everyone can say that, am I right? Just because of that only, I just found the h value at first. Okay, so that no need to panic while doing the calculations. Okay, I hope you guys know how we found it. Just add 2.5 2.5, we get 5. And then what else? We have length, that is complete length of the capsule, that is 14 millimeter. I am sorry guys, it is 14 millimeter. So when we subtract 14 and 5, no, we get 9 millimeter. So the 9 millimeter is the height of the cylinder. Okay, all right. So since you guys know that is the height of the cylinder, so now let us substitute the values. Okay, okay. So we can write the 2 as it is, and then into 22 by 7. Why? Why? Because the pi value is 22 by 7 into r. So I just told you guys r radius, no, I'm going to be taking 5 by 2. Why? Because it is really easy to solve it when we just take that value. Okay, so if you want to try it with 2.5 also, you can just try it. How did I get 2.5? So 5 divided by 2 is 2.5. Am I right? So that is a reason. Okay, so now I can, in bracket I can write h plus 2r. So I'm supposed to substitute the values. So what is h? H is the height. So here the height is 9 millimeter. So let us write 9 plus 2 as it is into r. What is r? 5 by 2. Okay, all right guys. So now we don't have space. What to do, guys? Now let us take another one paper. Okay, so I'll just copy it in another one paper. 1 second. Okay guys, so now we have 22. 1 second. So I have 2, then I have 22 by 7 into 5 by 2, then 9. Yeah, so we are supposed to check it. Sometimes it might be wrong also what I'm writing it right now. Okay, so 2 into 5 by 2. Okay, all right guys, all right. So now we have these values. So now let us find the surface area of the capsule. Okay, so for finding that, now we are supposed to solve this. Am I right? So let us solve it. Okay, so now I have 2 here, I have 2 here as well, so I can just cancel it. Okay, so now, okay, I just cancel it. So here 9 plus 2 into 5 by 2. So here also I can cancel it like this. Am I right? Okay, so now we can write 22 by 7 into 5 as it is. So 22 by 7 into 5 as it is, and then so here most of the guys, what they used to do, no, they'll just do 9 into 5. That is wrong, guys. Why? Why? Because so here we have plus symbol. Am I right? So why are you just taking the multiplication? So please never commit that mistake. Okay, so remember, please please never forget to include the symbols as well. Okay, so symbols are really important in maths. Just because of a single symbol, no, you might commit a mistake. Okay, so here I have 9 plus 5. So here already we just cancel it, right? So no need to. So if when I just cancel it, I get 1. Am I right? So 1 into 5 is 5. So now I have 9 plus 5. So this is what I have. So 9 plus 5 is 14. Okay, so I just explained it a little bit detailedly. Why? Because most of the guys used to write it like that. Okay, so please never do that. Okay, so now I have 14. Okay, so now what I can do is I can actually cancel 7. 1's are 7, and then 7 2's are 14, of course. Okay, so now I have 22. Now let us write what are the things we have. 22 into 5, and here we have balance 2, right? So into 5, sorry, into 2. Okay, so here it is 2, so 2. Okay, please guys never get confused, it is into 2. Okay, all right. So now 22 into 5 into 2. So we are supposed to solve it. So 5 2's are, of course you guys know, 10. So 22 into 10. So what is the answer? So the answer is 220. So centimeter square or something else. So let us look at the question. So in the question we have 14 millimeter, and then that's all. Yeah, here 5 millimeter. So everything is in millimeter. So we are supposed to write millimeter square. So please read the question properly. Okay. Okay. So now we got 220 millimeter square. So this is going to be our answer. Okay. So this is our answer. Okay, guys. Thank you guys for watching this video. Please like this video, share it to your friends, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. If you have any doubt, you can comment me in the comment section. Catch you in the next video. Bye.